Welcome to episode 2 of Games Tasker. I am joined with Brendan.
How you doing, everyone? Happy days.
Happy days. And this is our episode 2. I'm happy to announce that we have hit our 20k followers. So actually, we're actually around 25 if you really look at it. So yeah, we're doing really well. The first thing is we're going to talk about is arcades. That's what we're going to talk about today. Our arcades. Yeah, I mean, I love arcades. I mean, the last time I stepped in an arcade, I must have been 14.
Yeah,
like proper. Like, I mean, obviously, I've been in arcades. Yeah. Like, I mean, I've been in arcades since, but they're just not like I used to. I mean, obviously, I was in Skegness like about a year ago, and I went on Jurassic Park. I went on played Mario Kart, which is amazing. And they've got the Star Wars shooter. But they're all later games. There's no. I've not been in a retro. I mean, I've been in retro arcades as well, and we're going one in Blackpool next year. So the lads have got a trip next year to Blackpool, which is all of us, and yeah, we're all going there. And
what I will say, jumping in on you, we are heading to Camden in November, and in Camden Market there is an arcade, and it has got 4-player Mario Kart in there, I believe.
Oh, looks like we're going to the arcade in Camden as well. So we're going to be...
Yeah, it's not massive. It's just got a couple of things in there, but it has got... I think it's, is it Namco?
Yeah.
I think they have like a little... what do they call it? Like a little museum.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Namco, yeah, the Namco
in Camden Market. And they've got the Mario Kart arcade in there, mate. So we'll spend an hour in there.
Mate, that sounds well good. So there we go. And we'll do a video as well. And we're going to be going to the Derby arcade as well. It's not an arcade, but it's just loads of retro consoles out there. So we're going to be there. We're going to be doing some videos. We've got like reviews. We're going to be doing reviews of going to retro shops and all sorts. So that's all coming. So yeah, that's something that I'm really looking forward to start doing. But yeah, like I said, not been in an arcade since I was, properly, I think around 14. And they're not. I mean, again, I've not been to any recently where it's all the old arcade machines and you don't pay. It's like you pay a tenner and you get an hour, or you pay 25 quid and you get 3 hours, or it's not. I mean, it's still got the same feeling, but not as much as when I was a kid. So I want to kind of get in touch with that. I mean, I remember when you found out Mortal Kombat was out, and I had it on a Super Nintendo, but I remember when people used to get killed and it was like beige blood. Do you know what I mean? It was beige blood. And then when I saw Mortal Kombat in the arcade, you see that picture of Johnny Cage on one side with his arm up, and then Kano holding the heart in the other, and you're just like, oh my god, look at that, And that buzz, when you're walking through an arcade just looking at the games, and you can see everyone playing, you can hear it all going as well, like all the explosions and everything. It's that atmosphere. I mean, I've got goosebumps talking about it.
That's what I was going to mention there. Like, there was nothing better. I mean, because obviously the last arcade I went into, it was actually in Tralee when I lived in Ireland.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a proper full-on arcade. I think, the games, I mean, I'm an old codger now, but the games at the time was like Crazy Taxi, House of the Dead, stuff like that, Time Crisis, stuff like that. And, but yeah, as soon as you walk through the door and you could hear like the bells and the ringing and the shooting, it just, the atmosphere was great. Do you know what I mean? And you knew you was going to, lose a few quid in there, but you'd have the best. You could spend all day in there, couldn't you? You know what I mean? It was,
that's
great.
The thing,
it was brilliant, mate.
I mean, when I was a kid, I only got like a couple of quid a day. Do you know what I mean? And I really sit in the arcade, but you had to pick your games carefully. Do you know what I mean? You could sit there and try and beat Wonder Boy, but full well you're going to be chucking at least 30 quid in there, and you only got 2 quid. Because Wonder Boy arcade was just solid. I completed it on a stream with one of my streams with 3 coins only. So I used to do three coin ops, and it was ridiculous, and it took me ages. But I know that to get to that £3 mark to play it, God knows how much money that would have cost me to get to know the game that well to get to that point. So yeah, I mean, so let's start. What is your favourite arcade game? Favourite?
I mean,
it's hard.
It is hard.
It's hard.
I mean, I think my most go-to game, probably back in the day of early arcade, would probably be Street Fighter 2. You know, because that was just hyped up, massive, and I spent a lot of time on that. Not saying that I'm any good at it, but I used to love playing it. It was, yeah. So that would be up there, mate. But it'd probably be something. If it wasn't along the lines of like your House of the Dead, stuff like that, to be fair. But I used to love like things like Virtua Tennis, Liam. I used to love like going in the arcade on the big machines, have Virtua Soccer in there or Virtua Tennis. I'm a bit of a sports geek. When it comes to even gaming now, I'm a sad act. I'll play football games, snooker games, cricket games, tennis games, still do to this day. So, but I think, yeah, my all-time favourite, mate, will probably be, oh, fuck's sake, but then...
it's hard, isn't it?
Sega Rally Championship was another one that I used to love as well, to be fair. So I'm going to go with Street Fighter, mate. I think that's what I probably spent my most money on. If I'm being completely honest, that was probably where most of my coinage went, to be honest, Street Fighter 2. But there's a hell of a lot.
Mate, it's...
To be fair.
See, I loved Street Fighter. However, you'll sit there and you think, right, I'm going to beat Bison. I want to see Ryu's ending. And you're playing it, and every time you started it, some kid would jump on and go, a new challenger comes, you're like, and then like, and if he beats you, you've got to put more money in. And I'm just like, oh my god! So do you know what I mean? And I never actually completed it in the arcade because I always got interrupted. Usually around Sagat time as well. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I know you, obviously speaking in conversation with you and Robbo and the bum cheek and whatever. Never really played many platform games in arcades. I think the one that I probably played the most was like, you know, your Turtles 4-player. But other than that, I just never got, you know, like you would mention Wonder Boy there, and you had, you know, Dungeons and Dragons, Ghouls and Ghosts, whatever. But I never really got into them platform styling arcade games, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I never played sports ones.
Yeah. I can see that. I can get that.
Yeah. I mean, so like for virtual tennis, did you have a racket? Like, did you hold a racket, or was it just like joystick?
No, it's just your buttons and your joystick, mate. Yeah, it wasn't that advanced. For fuck's sake, I'm talking about in 1998 or something.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like you had.
It wasn't like Wii Sports, mate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, well, you had like Duck Hunt, didn't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean the gun games were good. I mean, I used to, like I mentioned, and I'm sure you've probably lost a lot of money in there. But House of the Dead was unreal as well. Do you know when you had the light gun or whatever you call it?
This is going to be part of the episode. So we'll just say we've gone from the favourite. So you've gone Street Fighter as your favourite.
Yeah.
We're going to go through all the categories, and then what we're going to do is, and then do you know what I mean? And then what we're going to do at the end is go because what happens is we'll say, oh yeah, this is my favourite game, and then by the end of the episode, you sit there and go, oh, actually, there's other games. So what we're going to do is go through the categories. This is part of the episode. And then at the end, we're going to see if it's still the game that we think it's best. Because people change their mind all the time, especially when it comes to arcade game. I mean, it's so difficult to say, this is my favourite arcade game. So hopefully this might shed a bit of light on what we think is a good arcade. So at this moment in time, has always been, and always, I'm saying always will be, is Wonder Boy. I loved Wonder Boy. I love the music. The dun 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 dun. I can constantly sing that, and it never gets on my nerves. I watched Robbo stream it the other day, and he was just playing it, and I could hear the tone over and over again. It just never got my nerves. I just smiled the entire time. It's just it just proper gives me dopamine. Like, it's just, the song's wicked. The gameplay's rubbish, but it's just, when I was a kid, I just remember it being on top of a hill. And this little tiny cafe, and the cafe only had 2 tables in it, and like, you know, you'd get a cup of tea, and your cup of tea's hot. So my dad, I used to purposely make sure that because you put your own milk and sugar in, and I purposely made sure my dad's tea was hot so he'd give me a bit more money, just to play, because it was quite expensive. I mean, it was 10p a life, And, you know, back in the day, I would have only got a quid on it when I first saw Wonder Boy. So, you know, you put a quid in, that's 10 lives. I mean, that's not going to last you long on Wonder Boy.
Not when you're a child, not when you're young either.
No, not at all. So, again, so you're saying Street Fighter. Okay, so weirdly, the next question is, what is the best beat 'em up in the arcade? And you're saying, obviously, you're going to say Street Fighter?
Yeah, I've got to say Street Fighter. I was definitely more of a Street Fighter fan over Mortal Kombat, but I can remember Virtua Fighter, that was in arcades.
Oh, wow, that was really cool.
That was a great game. But I can remember there used to be a shop. I mean, anybody who don't know me, Liam, and the Bumcheeker from Derby, and I used to live on Abingdon Street, and there used to be some shops on Elton Road, and in that shop they actually had the Street Fighter 2 arcade in there. So I used to go up there and spend 20p on 1 penny chews or whatever, and then stick another 30-40p in the Street Fighter. So yeah, it'd have to be Street Fighter, mate. It's definitely the one that's took most of my money.
Yeah,
and I'm still shit at it as well. So
see, I'm torn, right? Okay, because mine's Tekken 3. I loved Tekken 3. Tekken 3 was like, Tekken 1 was good. Tekken 1 was brilliant. Tekken 2 was fantastic, but Tekken 3 was like the pinnacle of the Tekkens, I think. I don't think any of the Tekkens after were as good as 3. And in the arcade, Tekken was just mind blowing. The machine was massive, and it just looked, and it even had like speakers that rumbled. And when you walk past and sit, I could watch people play, and people were just queuing up to play Tekken 3. And I never saw that with the other 2 Tekkens. So yeah, Tekken 3 for me is definitely the beat 'em up. Street Fighter, again, I loved it, but I just hated when people put new challenger in. It was just like, look, let me play my game on my own, man. You know,
it was just overly popular, wasn't it?
Oh, it was mad. It was mad.
Just...
Especially when people were like putting the scores in, getting your names, because that back in the day, that was one of the coolest things if you ever got on the leaderboard. I mean, you know, especially at our age, because we came on the back end of arcades. So, you know, we was in our teens when arcades were slowly going down. So by the time we tried to play it, and the scores on there were ridiculous. And like, if you ever got your name on there. But that used to be one of the cool things of the arcade, was getting your name up there and putting your initials up, and just love that feeling. Especially when you got one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll go to the next one. Platforms. New best platform arcades.
Ooh, right. I'll let you go first. Let me have a think, because like I said at the beginning of the episode, I wasn't. Would you class actually Metal Slug as a platformer?
To shoot them up.
Shoot up platformer. Where are you going with it? I'm trying to think. What games would you put in that category?
Boy, Ghouls and Ghosts.
Was Golden Axe? I remember playing Golden Axe in arcade.
Golden Axe is a beat 'em up. Yeah, Golden Axe is classed as a beat 'em up, not a platformer. Kadash, I would say, is maybe one. Bubble Bobble was one.
Is that Bubble Bobble where you shoot up the balls?
Your 2 little dragons, and you jump up and down the platforms, and you shoot bubbles out your mouth, and they basically, you blow the bubble onto the enemy, and then you hit the bubble, and when the bubble pops, it kills the enemy.
Thinking about the one where you have to connect them up and they all fall down, bit like a columns kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean,
I kind of avoided them because I was shit at them. I kind of avoided them. You know, it's like you saying there that, you know, if you had a quid, you're going to lose that quid playing Wonder Boy, and you're going to lose that quid fast. Where I was more of a try and protect my money for a little bit longer.
To be honest, I tell you what, I would say Metal Slug is a platformer. You are jumping up and down on platforms, but you are shooting. So it's a platform shooter. So yeah, I mean, if you want to say, you know, Metal Slug's your best platformer, I mean, I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, I played a lot of that, to be fair. I used to love Metal Slug.
But there's games like, I mean, did you ever play Joe and Mac, the Caveman Ninja? Did you ever play that?
No.
that was wicked. That was so good. Like a really good game. Magic Sword.
I know all these games, but like I say, it just because when I did play them, I mean, I'm just being brutally honest, I was shit at them. Yeah. And it was like I was putting, you know, like you said there, you put your 10p in, 10p, your 10p, and you think, fuck me, I've only got 40p now. I'm going back to Street Fighter because I can last a little bit longer on that.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, for me, I'm a massive arcade platformer. That was my go-to. I liked playing with people, but I did like going in the arcade and just spending time on my own. I mean, I'm not going to go with Wonder Boy, even though Wonder Boy is my favourite. I am just going to say a few. I wrote my list down, and my list's massive. Because it was so hard. I mean, I had the Outfoxes, which was really good. It was quite late into the arcade era, but Outfoxes was pretty cool. Rastan, can you ever remember that? Where you was a barbarian and you ran around with your broadsword and just wow, Rastan was so good. Strider, did you ever play Strider?
Yes, I did. Is that like a
Shinobi?
Like a ninja game.
Yeah. So Strider.
Yeah, I've played Strider.
Yeah, Strider's good. Sunset Riders.
Yes, played that a lot.
Yeah, amazing. Toki, can you remember Toki? Wicked. You were like a monkey, and like you used to spit at enemies.
Yes.
Yeah, you remember?
Yes, I can. It's like it's got a big head. It had a big head, didn't it?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. There you go. So
I remember that now.
There you go. There's another one. What else did I get down? Wonder Boy, obviously. Wonder Boy's way up there. 1986, one of the greatest games ever. Wonder Boy Monster Land. It was good in arcade, but I did play them games. I did play Wonder Boy and Monster Land in arcades, but not a lot. But I definitely did play Wonder Boy because, as you know, me and you growing up in that era, Wonder Boy was actually massive, wasn't it, in our time? Yeah, it was definitely.
So,
and then obviously you love the favourite Ghouls and Ghosts.
Fucking game that is.
Black Tiger, that was another one. That was a Capcom one. That was like a Castlevania rip-off. That was pretty cool. One game which no one really mentions, and I loved it, was Elevator Action. I think it was like I can't remember if I've tried to Google it and I can't find it, but it was something like Elevator Action Assassins or something. That was pretty cool. I'm not sure what that one is. Gun Force, which was like I think it was pre-Metal Slug, I'm not sure. But yeah, the Joe and Max. There's what's the other one I wrote down? There's one more. Karnov. Oh my god, I loved Karnov. It was like just like this big fat dirty Russian. Like, it just kicked fuck out of everything. It was so crap, but I went. That was one that was played at the swimming baths. It was at the swimming baths. And for a lot of people, if you listen to the old podcast, we used to do a lot of swimming when we were kids, and they changed the arcade machine every month. Like, they must have had like a vendor that came in, changed the machines left, right and centre, so every month there was a new game. So we was just always at the swimming baths waiting for these new games, and yeah, this is where they come off. So if you're going for Metal Slug for the best platformer, I'm actually going to go with Rastan, and I'm a bit shocked that you've never played it. So yeah, Rastan.
I mean, I suppose your Super Mario Brothers and your Alex the Kids, and they'd be classed as platform games, I believe.
Yeah, of course they are, yeah.
So I've obviously played them a lot. You know, your Crash Bandicoots and stuff.
I don't know if was Crash Bandicoot in the arcade? That'd be weird.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But I didn't play them much in arcades, but I have played platform games. But they are definitely one to avoid for the ball bag in an arcade, because I'll just lose all my money.
Right then, so we'll go to your lovely list. I don't know if you've got a list, but yeah, your favourite sports game in the arcade.
Right.
I mean, I can start again if you want to think. I got hundreds. There's so weirdly, when I said I didn't play many sports games, I prefer platformers. It was I don't know if you class them as sports games, but I have got games where I loved. I mean, I'm new to Windjammers, so I can't say Windjammers is one, but Windjammers is right up there with one of the best.
It's a great
games.
game.
Yeah, and it is by one of the best games out there for retro. Arch Rivals, can you remember that?
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. And NBA Jam, NBA
Jam, class. Yeah, I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about that till you just mentioned it.
Yeah,
fucking played that a lot.
NBA Jam was fantastic.
Yeah.
Really, and it was good on the SNES, and it was good everywhere else. But in the arcade, it was just something else. The explosions and everything. Obviously, WrestleFest and WrestleMania and all the wrestling games. They're sports games and fantastic games as well. WrestleFest is just always been up there. This is quite a new arcade. I thought it was an old one, but it's quite new. Is the Mutant Football League. I really enjoyed that, and that was one of the most recent. I'm not sure how old it is, but I'm pretty sure it's new. Speedball. Do you remember Speedball?
Yeah.
The old futuristic one where you throw the metal ball.
Yeah, I do.
Absolutely amazing. Track and field. Did you ever play track and field?
Yes, I did. I fucking broke my fingers playing track and field. Yeah.
There you go. You see, you did play quite a few of these arcade games out there. Punch Out. Did you ever play Punch Out?
Yeah.
There you go. You see, there's plenty out there that that. So for me, it's NBA Jam. I'm not going to argue with it. I'm not going to say anything. NBA Jam was for me my favourite sports game. It was just brilliant, wasn't it? Like you sat there and you like, I don't know what it is, but just over the top slam dunking was just brilliant. Like
he's on fire.
Yeah, he's on fire, and then you set fire to the ring, or he smashed the backboard. Like, mate, what a game! I mean, so yeah, NBA Jam for me all day long.
Well, I'm gonna put it out there. People probably expect me to say I'm going to say virtual tennis. Just loved it. Thought at that time as well, because I'm going back to, like I say, probably pre-2000 when I was playing a lot of arcade stuff, and it looked brilliant even then. You know, in the big box, in the arcade. Yeah, virtual tennis, loved it, and I was pretty good at it as well, to be fair. So I didn't mind playing other people, mainly friends, because not many people would jump on virtual tennis with you if you're on it. But if friends are with you and wanted to have a blast, then I was pretty good at virtual tennis, to be honest. So
I can't remember. I'm not sure if I can remember. I don't think I can remember virtual tennis. The only virtual tennis I'm thinking of is the one on the SNES, and I got that good at that. I was acing people every time.
Yeah, this what I was like on the arcade, mate. It was, I don't know why, mate. I've never played tennis in my life. I might have just had a little blast here and there on a court now and again, and I don't fucking watch tennis on telly. I mean, I can remember all the greats like Becker, RJ Agassi, Pete Sampras, fucking Tim Henman, all that. But for whatever reason, I mean, I've still got them on my PS5 now. Still got like tennis games. So I don't know why I just like I don't know if it's fast-paced action that I like about it. But yeah, it's virtual tennis, mate, and it's obviously made by the same people that did virtual soccer or whatever you want to call it, stuff like that, virtual fighter. So, but it was good. It was fast-paced action. It looked great at the time. I'm pretty sure they released a couple of virtual tennises on the PS4, maybe, or the PS3. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's going to be that for me. I know it's a sad answer.
Yeah, no, it's not. But,
it's not. Are we doing a racing, like car racing?
We're going to go through everything, my friend. Everything. Right, okay, so that is literally the next one. So
yeah, I'll stick with virtual tennis then, lad.
Okay, so yeah, your next racing is racing. So I mean, I'm going to ring off a few. See if you. So first, you tell me what your best one is.
Easy.
Go on then.
Sega Rally Championship.
Sega Rally Championship. That was good, wasn't it?
Loved it. Fucking, you used to slam on you. You used to be you stood up. No, yeah. So you weren't in the sitting down one. You was on the stood up box, and obviously you got your foot down, hadn't you? You go flat out. You got your gear lever in your left hand. You're on steering wheel. You got a brake and an accelerator, man. I used to fucking slam on that brake to fucking drift around corners and everything. I loved all that. Loved it. I thought I was like in proper, like a Lancia Delta or.
But if you sat in the one that sat down, it used to shake and everything as well. Like it was fantastic. It was really good. I mean, but I'm going to ring some of these off, and then see if it changes your mind. So Outrun. Outrun was absolutely amazing. Like,
yeah, it was.
One I played was Porsche Challenge. Right now, everyone's going to laugh and go, "What the hell, Porsche Challenge?" And I was like, "Well, I played it in a Porsche." So I played it in a whole. So literally, you're sitting in a Porsche and you're driving a proper Porsche, and then you've got the screen that covers you in front of you. And I played it on that. So Porsche Challenge is up there for me, but I don't know how good it was. I never played it on a sit-down ones, but yeah, I played that in a Porsche. Sega Rally Championship is on there for mine. Ridge Racer, fantastic.
Oh, yeah, that was Namco again, isn't it? That one.
Yeah, another fantastic game. Daytona USA. How good!
You're going back to Skeggy arcades with Daytona USA.
Daytona USA was a brilliant game. Super Hang On.
I Oh yeah, when you used to sit on that bike, didn't
Yeah,
you?
you used to have you literally had the bike and you could move far down and get your knee down and everything.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So good. RC Pro-Am, a really old game, but did you ever play RC Pro-Am?
It rings a bell.
There's a little remote control cars.
Yeah, it rings a bell.
But you had like, when I played RC Pro-Am, it had like loads of steering wheels in a row, and you all went around doing the remote controls. But then like you'd see it obviously on the screen. But that was the first time where I saw 4 steering wheels. Mario Kart in the arcade's brilliant.
Yeah,
it is really, really. The ones where you sit down and you actually sat in the car and you're hitting a button on the side. Love the Mario Karts. Sega Rally 3, quite new but quite good as well. It's not new, but really good. Star Wars Pod Racer. Wow, I really enjoyed Star Wars Pod Racer. You had both like your acceleration handles to the back, and then you had your forward. Oh my god! If you ever get a chance to play Star Wars Pod Racer, just play it. Like any chance you get, just get on and play it. So, Brent, after you've heard all the games, do you still think that Sega Rally was your best racing game?
Before I give you my best one, there's 2 that I need to mention. Crazy Taxi, when that first came out, that was popular everywhere, and I enjoyed that. Also, Enduro Racer.
Oh yeah, the Enduro Racer was amazing.
with the crosser bike, it's like the Super Hang-On, but it was a crosser instead.
Oh my god!
Even though you reeled off some really good one, I mean Chase HQ, man.
Chase HQ, that was phenomenal. When you saw that in the arcade, Chase HQ was just incredible.
But I've got to stick with me Sega choice. I'm going to stick with the Sega Rally Championship.
I'm actually going to go with. Oh god, I struggle with this one. I might go with Super Hang-On. I've had so many good memories with Hang-On. I remember your dad and my dad. Literally, as soon as they saw Super Hang-On, they jumped on those bikes. I remember in Matlock, it was my our Uncle Stuart as well. And all 3 of them were sat on these bikes just there, and they were there for hours. I remember our mums going, "Come on, we need to go. And they were like, "Look, just one more go."
The thing is, they were fucking good at it as well, weren't they? We were shit.
Oh, they were so good at it. Like, honestly, my dad used to sit there and like, "I've got my knee done." Like, oh my god. So yeah, Super Hang-On for me, just because it holds so many good memories, and it is a great game. Fantastic.
It is.
So we're going to go to shoot 'em ups now, and this is my list of shoot 'em ups is just ridiculous.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. So again, I've gone through all the arcade games that I used to play as a kid, and then what I can remember. I've not Googled any of these, so if any other lists I've not Googled, this is just off my head. So I'm hoping that Bren's going to say for the idea, or Bren's going to tell me stuff that I can't. I would go, oh my god, I remember that. So I'm gonna go. So games like, R-Type, Arcade Classic, absolute banger. I would say Space Invaders is one.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, Space Invaders. Let's move on the list. Gradius. Did you ever play Gradius?
Yes, I did. Yeah, definitely remember
that. Twin Cobras. That was so good. That was old as well. Twin Cobras, what an absolutely amazing game. Space Harrier, come on, man.
Great game.
What a game. What an arcade game. Afterburner.
Oh, mate. Afterburner.
So
they used to have that. Used to have that in bowling alleys all the time, didn't they? Afterburner.
Oh, Afterburner was everywhere, wasn't it? Because you used to have the like the joystick from the flighting thing as well, didn't you? They used to have the amazing. It was so good. So, as you know what shooters are, I've got a list. I'm going to reel the list off in a minute, but at the moment, so I thought I'd give you an idea of what a shoot 'em up is. To you, what is your favourite shoot 'em up?
Well, I'm not sure if it was on arcade or not, because I can't remember if I played it. But it was, I can't remember the fucking name of it now either. But all I remember is you were like a World War II bomber.
Oh my god. I know what you mean. No, I know what it is. Hold on, I know what it is. Oh my god, I loved it.
Was it called Fire Shark or something?
Oh no.
What was it called?
Was it? No. Oh my god, it wasn't 1944.
Or what? Or was it?
No, that was Loop Master. It's definitely not that. It's definitely not that. But I know exactly which one it is, and that is gonna eat me alive.
Yeah.
Oh my
that's
god.
That's the one that definitely come to mind first. To be honest with you, I can't. What's it called? But basically, you used to get the special power. Then you used to obviously have your normal bullets. Then when you used to pick up your power ups, it would do like big fireballs across the screen and stuff.
Mate, it was fantastic. And you used to drop you had the tanks on the floor, and you used to drop the bombs on the tanks. And
that's right.
Yeah, and you picked your. Oh my god, that is Strikers 1945. Is that what it was?
I'm not sure.
I'm thinking Twin Cobra was the helicopter, so I know it's not that. Oh my god, the Battle for Midway, 1943. I knew it had 1940 something in there.
It could be that. It could be that, mate. To be honest,
it has got to be that. The Battle of Midway, the Battle for Midway, the Midway Battle, something like that. But it's definitely 1944, 1943. The Battle of Midway, Battle Midway. So yeah, I know which one it is. What a fantastic game! That was good.
That's the one that springs to mind straight away. I can remember also a game. I can't remember, something called Raiden or something.
Oh,
it's like a Raiden. It was another fucking like airplane game, I think.
Yeah.
That's just...
Yeah. Well, I think there was 3 Raiden games in the end.
I'm not sure if the one I played was like just called Raiden Fighters or something.
Yeah, I think there's quite a few Raiden ones, but yeah, I mean, still good ones.
They're the two that sprung to mind straight away. There'll probably going to be a few in your list that I'll think, fuck.
Yeah, so I mean, I've got Gallagher. I mean, that is one of the greatest, to me, one of the biggest arcade games in history. Gallagher was one. Earth Defense Force, fantastic game, absolutely one of the best arcade. Oh god, I can go on for ages with these. Smash TV. I mean, who didn't love Smash TV? Just a great idea, especially it was around the times of Total Recall. Was it Total Recall?
It was Running Man.
The Running Man.
The Running Man.
That's it.
It was kind of barbaric, mate. You know, like if you think back when that was actually released, because obviously it was released on SNES, and I'm not sure if it was on Mega Drive or not. But like this guy's there with baseball bats trying to knock fuck out you.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So we'll go with So what's your favourite then? Pick one of those two.
The 1943 one that we couldn't.
The Battle of Midway. So we'll do the Battle of Midway, 1943, and it is that because I've just googled it.
Definitely that.
It's called 1943, the Battle of Midway. So yeah, fantastic. I'm going to go with Smash TV. I love it. I mean, I've got loads. I mean, I've got all the R types on here. Metal Black, G Darius, loads, Grindstormer. But yeah, no, that definitely, definitely Smash TV for me. So we're going to go to the next one. Again, I've got a massive list. Side scrollers, like beat 'em ups. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favourite? I mean, obviously we've got like the Golden Axes and stuff.
Arcade, easy, Turtles.
Yeah. Turtles were
really all good. Day, mate. Just fucking brilliant game. I'd still play it today. Doesn't have to. I mean, I suppose Double Dragon was good on the arcade, wasn't it?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
But if I had to pick my favourite, in that, as soon as you said beat 'em ups, it was Turtles came to mind straight away. So yeah, I
mean, there's so many.
Too many.
The list is massive. The list was it's horrendous. I mean, I've only learnt a few games recently because I wasn't really a fan of the 2D. I was, but not massively into the 2D side-scrolling things because they rinse money. Like that's why I didn't play them.
Yeah, they do.
Only for that fact, they rinse money left, right, and centre, and I hated it. So I tried to stay away from them. But I mean, recently I've played oh, what do you call it? Dungeons and Dragons. Now, I've just done a video. It's on YouTube. We completed it. And that one, to me, now is my favourite 2D side-scrolling fighting beat-em-up game. I'm obsessed with it. And I've played it a few times on my own. And I'm obsessed with it. It is just fantastic. But again, you've got games like Golden Axe and Golden Axe 2. That was out there. I mean, that was fantastic on the arcade. Final Fights.
Yeah, I mean, there was, what was that? I really enjoyed it, and it was the first time I ever played it. Was with you the other night. That X-Men one we played.
The X-Men. Oh yeah, X-Men was good. X-Men was really good. Yeah, the X-Men was really, really good actually. I enjoyed that. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. I've completed that, and that's on the side scroller as well. That was a fantastic game. So yeah, there's plenty out there. River City Ransom was quite good, but I'm not sure if it was on the arcade. I'm pretty sure it was. But yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, definitely. I don't know. Old school, old style is definitely Cadillacs and Dinosaurs for me. Definitely straight up. What about you?
Old school, probably Double Dragon. A little bit more newer, definitely Turtles in Time. Or whatever it was called in the arcade. It might just be called Turtles on the 4-player arcade. But that would be up there for sure. I played a bit of Golden Axe on arcade. That took a bit of my money. And other than that, mate, yeah, there was an Asterix game that I used to play a lot as well in arcade.
Oh yeah, that's a platform. See, there you go. So now we're going to go into the question. Is now you've heard a few games and you've had to think about the arcade. So it's quite easy just to do it. I mean, now out of all the arcade games, what would be your favourite?
Oh, this is a stupid question, man.
Because now I've put in quite a few in my head. I'm thinking, I tell you what, Wonder Boy isn't the best. It's definitely not the best. I mean, another side scrolling Simpsons Arcade. I mean,
you've done that with Robbo as well, haven't you?
Yeah, Simpsons Arcade. That was a wicked game. That was so good in the arcade. Again, obviously all the Turtle games, but Simpsons Arcade was fantastic. Yeah, top arcade game.
Oh, knew this would come.
We missed off so okay, I'm going to reel off a couple more. So this is just like a list that I put on honourable mentions. So games like Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Fantastic little arcade game that was. Obviously Killer Instinct.
Wasn't a massive fan of that, but crack on.
Yeah, a lot of people did. Time Crisis. Remember that?
Yeah, of course, Time Crisis. Yeah. That's where you used to have to point to the floor to reload your gun.
Yeah. Virtual Cop. Can you remember that?
Yes, I can remember Virtual Cop, yeah.
Gunblade New York was, oh my God. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. How good with the gun was Terminator? And Rambo as well. How good was Rambo?
I want to go to an arcade now, man. I don't want to go to Blackpool next year. I want to go now. Get in the van and go.
I'm telling you, the list that I've got. I mean, The Punisher was a wicked game. Marvel vs. Capcom. Star Wars Trilogy was up there. But these are just honourable mentions for games that a newbie wouldn't mention. But yeah, these are just good games. Snow Brothers was just so good. House of the Dead. Area 51. I don't know if you remember that, but that was a really cool game. Obviously, all the Street Fighters, there was hundreds of them. The list could just go on and on and on. So it's quite difficult, isn't it, to say what is your favourite? I mean, Samurai Showdown. Oh my God.
There's just too many. But if you're forcing me into a decision, and hopefully we're going to revisit this with the other two.
Yeah.
So that we can maybe... But I'm going to go with Metal Slug.
Metal Slug. Greatest arcade game.
For me, I don't know. It's between that and Street Fighter, mate. I'm trying to think what I spent the most time on, because I spent a lot of time on Sega Rally Championship as well.
I mean, I spent a lot of time on Paperboy and Dragon's Lair. Do you ever play that? Galaxian? Do you ever play that?
Right, this we're ending the episode, yeah. We're going to think about it for about 6 months.
It is hard to say, like ridiculously hard to say.
I mean, what I will say is I have watched Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, and I think you did a Final Fight, maybe.
Yeah, Final Fight.
And I've watched them, and it's like, well, I want to play these games now because they look really, really good. Yeah. I just obviously didn't catch them at the time. But then the Puzzle Bubble, remember that one, that game?
Yeah, that's Bubble Bubble. Earlier? Yeah, that's Bubble Bubble, yeah.
Yeah, I played that a lot when I was in the arcade.
Yeah, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong.
Pac-Man, yeah, all that stuff. I'm going to have to go with Street Fighter. Because it brings back so many good memories. Like I said at the start, I'm not very good at it, but I loved playing it. I've played it. I'm 43 now. I've played it for 30 years, if not more. I'm going to go Street Fighter, mate. I have to.
He's gone with it.
I just have to, mate, yeah.
It's
probably boring. It's probably people listening. Look, I know it's boring, but I'm not a brilliant. I love gaming. I love gaming with the boys. I love gaming when I'm on my own when I've got time. I'm not a brilliant gamer. I never, have said I am. But yeah, Street Fighter, mate.
Street Fighter it is. I mean, I'm gonna change my mind. I'm definitely am. I'm actually gonna go with the Simpsons arcade. Like, we didn't mention it earlier, and I just realised how much I played that game, how much I loved it. When I used to see it in the arcade, I used to get goosebumps. I used to get so excited. I used to get a pit in my stomach. I was that excited to see it. I mean, the graphics were amazing. It was, don't get me wrong, it rinsed my cash. And it was the only game that I didn't care that it rinsed my cash. So, yes. So yeah, Simpsons, yeah, it's definitely done it for me. Again, I was obsessed with the game. I thought it was one of the top games out there. And I'm going to play it as soon as we get off this podcast because I loved it that much. And again, we've done a stream of it not long ago, and it was just so much fun. But then we did count up. So what we do before we do go, we do stream. And when we're playing arcade games, what we do is we do 10p a go. So it's 10p a coin. All the money that we add up goes to charity. So at the end of the month, we work out how much we've done on the streams, how much we've done on live videos and whatnot. So yeah, we do that. Currently, we only sent like 45 quid last month. But that's because we're busy. Because we're just, we've gone over 600 videos now. So we are, 25,000 followers, up to 600 videos just on YouTube alone. We're massive on TikTok as well. We've got our own market shop as well. So if you want to look up for your retro gaming stuff, go over to our TikTok market shop. It's nice to say that, isn't it?
Very nice, mate.
So yeah.
Very nice. And
yeah, so I mean, that's our greatest arcades. A little bit more about us. Next episode, we will be talking more about our childhood computers, what our favourite computers were, and then we're going to slowly move off that and go into more important things like, is the PlayStation 2 retro? So yeah, but yeah, Brand, is there anything you'd like to add before we go?
Yeah, just a quick one. Just everyone who's listening. Anyone who's just watched one video, just thanks a lot, yeah. Keep coming over because there's going to be more and more content coming over. If anybody's interested in joining us, if you've got time to play retro games, if you've got time to, you're fun loving, not a boring fucker, just get in touch with Liam and we'll see what we can do.
Exactly, yeah. So we do have a spot open. We do have someone who's interested in joining us, a guy called Mario. No pun intended, and no, his name is Mario. He's not an Italian plumber, so there's that. But yeah, he should be joining us, hopefully. If not, please message us as well, because we're quite open to more people joining us. We do want this to be one of the biggest retro gaming platforms out there. And again, 25,000 followers in the space of 4 months. We're doing quite well. Obviously, we had a bit of an arcade attack, literally an attack from them saying that we've only got a few views, but we've only been going for 4 months. You've been, so unlucky guys. Yeah. But again, we'll rest that. At least we don't have to do the arcade attack thing now. We don't need to mention them ever again, so everybody knows. I want to say thank you to Bren for helping me out on the retro gaming podcast and on the episodes and everything that he does on the videos. It means so much. And obviously Robbo as well for all the work that he does. And Jamie as well, he's new and joining us. We'll slowly get him into it. So yeah, we've got plenty more. We've got season 2 of Games Tasker coming out as well. Season 2, we've got a pilot episode, and then we've got season 1, and then we've got season 2 coming out soon. So that's going to be another mashup of all sorts of games, all retro as well. So yeah, hopefully you can do that. And yeah, download the episode, share, like, subscribe, do everything. And we want to thank everybody so far that's given us support. I know we've had so many comments and so many people wanting us to, you know, do well, and it really means a lot. I mean, not just family and friends, like just like people. We've actually got fans, which is lovely, and it's so nice to, you know, get messages from people and, you know, saying welcome back. We're glad to have you back in retro, and you know, everything means so much. And again, I want to say thank you to people on TikTok as well. We are blown up on TikTok from 2,000 followers right up to nearly 11,000. We are blowing up, yeah, and we've got a viral video that's gone on viral as well. So yeah, check us out, check what we do, yeah, and hopefully you've got this podcast and you go across to our platforms and join in the fun. And again, if you want to join us on the Game Tasker series, let us know. But Bren, thank you very much, and our arcade special is over, and we hope you all have a lovely day.
The guppy.